Hey guys, Rachel Grabenhofer here with Cosmenics and Toiletries, coming to you with our latest Consumer Pulse / This Week in C&T. So let's kick things off. First of all, I did a Google Trends search just in the last past 7 days worldwide under the beauty and fitness category. This is the topic of makeup. So I know there's skincare and makeup, so this is pulling up makeup. So you could see based on some of these results, we have some 2,000, 3,000% that are in Japanese. So I had to do a Google Translate on this. So I may or may not have had it quite right, but everything I was finding relates to this Cosmenience KOSÉ's Make Keep Makeup Powder. So it's like a fixing makeup powder that you would use, to finalize your makeup, I guess, a loose powder. You could see I found all kinds of search retrievals on this product. I didn't actually find it on KOSÉ's site, so I don't know if I wasn't looking in the right place. This Yes Style site describes the powder a little bit more, talking about how it seals makeup with a waterproof, sebum-proof setting powder to remove shine. So I think that's kind of interesting that is something that's trending right now. And maybe that it's, a Japanese brand that's making waves, like a J Beauty thing. It might just be, I haven't seen more than like a setting spray recently, so it's interesting that the powder came up. So that's my first Google trend. The second one here, this 2,900% increase is Maquillaje Afrocolombiano. I probably said that wrong. Apologies. So obviously another international type of search. I say international coming from the U.S., but of course outside of the U.S. is what I mean. So I did a little digging on this, and there seems to be a little bit of controversy around some brands that are Colombian / Brazilian. This one brand talks about a founder who mentioned the fact that diversity and inclusion, that kind of information, is all being misrepresented and it's being used as a marketing tool. And in one comment, she caught some slack because she made a mention, I believe she discontinued 7 different shades that were the darker shades. She called them less common, I believe. Not so common, yeah. So she was under fire for that. I think, though, that was the main thing I found. There wasn't anything product-wise that was related to this. I just thought it was interesting that we're seeing, we see so much about DEI, and now in the States, of course, there's some question about that. And this, individual is kind of standing out saying, well, maybe it is too much. So I don't know, kind of interesting. I won't get into the drama of it. Let's move along. Exploding topics. Exosome for hair growth. There we go. That's kind of interesting. This is up more than 9,000% in the last 2 years. We see this all over, exosomes, and we talk about it at trade shows right now. So apparently it is making, an appearance now on the consumer end of things. Maybe they're hearing more about it. I know spas are talking about treatments for skin that relate to exosomes, so I guess it has made its way into hair growth. Next up, I know we know that in the industry, but seeing it on the consumer side, I think is interesting. The next exploding topic, this MediCube mask. This is just a sheet mask, and the brand is MediCube, but this is up more than 7,000% in searches in the last 2 years, also according to exploding topics. This had several different types of masks, so different actives being used for different reasons. I just thought maybe there was some interesting reason why this brand might be trending, so maybe something to check out. And then lastly, exploding topics, more than 7,000% increase in SKINTIFIC lip serum. This one I thought was interesting because it says it's formulated to enhance the appearance of lips by brightening, smoothing, and evening out tone. I think this came up in recent weeks as well, but I hadn't seen the brightening terminology with lip and lip serum so much as usually plumping. So I thought that was interesting and worth pointing out. And then for a couple of things going on the C&T website, let me jump over here. I think, exosomes, again, Next Gen Actives has found a way to use cultured cells to, it's a special type of suspension process, I believe, to do this special extraction of exosomes so that you don't deplete the natural supply of some of these different rare chemistries. So I thought that was really interesting. I think they're displaying that at New York Suppliers Day, so check it out if you're there. We also saw an update. Health Canada is looking at making over its cosmetic Hotlist. You can dig in here. I do get into some of the different ingredients that they're looking at proposing to prohibit these. restrict these, so I won't dig into that. You can read it on your own. And then I thought this was actually another interesting piece. GATTEFOSSÉ and Ambiotis are doing another joint venture. They did, I think, a couple of years ago, but they're really focused on this idea of inflammation and aging. So inflammaging, and how that kind of increases the amount of aging you see in skin. And they've more recently uncovered these pro-resolving lipids, which are, I guess, what the skin produces to kind of tone down the actual inflammatory response, that these could be a new target to look at for anti-aging types of effects. The idea being that it's all inflammaging induced. So this is a way to target that. I don't know. I think they just uncovered some information about this and said that they were looking to create products based on this. So that's kind of new, and we haven't seen a product launch, I don't think, yet on that. So that's it for this week. Thank you for joining me. Sorry I rambled a bit, but I hope you found this interesting, if not a little bit insightful and entertaining. Thanks for joining me.